Welcome back to my channel. Today is Wednesday, April 21st, 2021. My name is Aubrey, and this is my astrological outlook for the day. So, you guys, things, despite appearances today, are going in the right direction. Regardless of what appears to be happening on the surface, we are really stepping up onto a much more organic and natural path right now, and we are building our new reality collectively together. We have yesterday's energetic, if you watched my video yesterday, still in effect for a portion of the day today. The sun at the electrical storm and the earth at the broken bottle and spilled perfume degrees. And that's happening for a portion of the day today. But then later this afternoon, closer to this evening, the sun will move to 3 degrees of Taurus. And the Sabian symbol, or the electromagnetic frequency that this degree discharges, is natural steps up to a lawn blooming with clover. So we know whatever is transpiring right now is the natural progression we must take, natural steps up. And it does lead to beauty. Remember, right now Uranus is at 11 degrees of Taurus, and Uranus is being very activated right now by the planets moving into conjunction with it. And that degree, 11 Taurus, is a woman sprinkling flowers. So we follow the natural progression with faith and confidence, and the outcome of that is blooming flowers covering the earth. And that's kind of the same, the lawn blooming with clovers, and that's sort of the same thing that Uranus is indicating right now. Right now is really the time where we are receiving and experiencing all types of circumstances and situations that are helping us to really get in touch and nurture our soul and who we truly are inside and our genuine authenticity, so that we can bring that out and transmute it into value and beauty and something that we can contribute to the betterment of humanity, society, all that's going on moving into the age of Aquarius. So I think it's interesting today with the sun discharging this degree and the planets moving to conjunct Uranus, because they really are both talking about being able to bloom, being able to come into full expression, and being able to maximize your personal value. So I wanted to note that about this degree of the sun today. Next, we have the earth today moving to 3 degrees of Scorpio. The sun and the earth are always in opposition to each other. So if the sun is at 3 degrees of Taurus, then the earth is at 3 degrees of Scorpio. And this degree is a house raising party. And then we have Mercury today for Mars's last degree, for Mars's last day or last couple of days in Gemini. He's discharging the last degrees of Gemini. So this is the last few days that we'll have that Mars energy really fueling Mercury, because Mercury is the ruler of Gemini. And when planets are in a sign, they're energy and motivation a lot of times is working towards the ruler of that sign. So Mars has been really fueling Mercury and Mercury's objectives and missions, and what Mercury's had going on as Mars has been in Gemini, and Mars is moving out of Gemini in the next couple of days. So I just wanted to also note that for today, as we have these planets moving into conjunction with Uranus, and we have the sun and the earth at these degrees, we also have Mercury today at 5 and 6 degrees of Taurus, receiving the last blast of Mars fuel before Mars leaves and moves to Cancer. And 5 degrees of Taurus is a widow standing in an open grave, and 6 degrees of Taurus is a bridge being built across a high and narrow gorge. So we do still have that Mars energy helping us today as we go through these mental expressions of these energetics. We mentally, with this, have to accept our losses today, but we accept and we perceive them. And we can't stay there, though. We must extract only the good and positive experiences we've carried from our old selves and our old lives and our past, and let the rest go, opening up space for what can now come to us to fill the voids left by losing something we loved or were previously attached to. This is transcendence over circumstances with this degree. And in the process of doing this, we are also building and preparing for our new wide open futures. Through letting go of the past in our minds and thoughts, Mercury at this degree, and opening up to the endless possibilities the future holds and presents now that everything is wide open for us, we create a bridge between the old world and the new. Mercury at 6 Taurus, a bridge being built across a high and narrow gorge. This bridge helps us to safely cross over into our new reality, free from the grief, trauma, and pain of the open grave of our past lives and our past experiences. This, however, today, because of the degree of the Earth, a house raising party, is a fun and joyful occasion. Although it is hard work, but we are all getting it done together. Transforming Mother Earth, with her blessings, of course, the Earth at this degree, into a new home for a new humanity, the Age of Aquarius, who has experienced the pain of loss but persevered and transcended. And we've taken the higher road. We've built the bridge instead of descending back into the depths and the treachery of the past and the narrow gorge. And now, from the viewpoint of Mother Earth today at 3 Scorpio, a house raising party, it is a house raising party. We are coming together to build a new home on Earth. And that is, emphasized by this whole metamorphosis that we're collectively going through with our planet, as she has chosen to raise her energetics and ascend, and we are all collectively doing the same things. Venus today is emphasizing us being on the right track as well, though, and going in the right direction, because she's at 9 Taurus today, and this degree is a Christmas tree decorated. She's in a close conjunction with Uranus right now, coming to an exact conjunction tomorrow night. But overall today, she blesses us for aligning with our natural progression, natural steps upwards, and transcending our pain and circumstances, the woman at the open grave, and moving forward to build the bridge built over the narrow gorge. The moon in late Leo today will square the black moon in Taurus, now at 21 degrees of Taurus. And this degree is a moving finger, points to significant passages in a book. Again, any information that comes up or comes to you today or over the next few weeks while the black moon is at this degree, it might be of significance to you personally, especially in regards to healing or bringing to the surface those Taurus-themed shadow side issues. Fear of loss, lack of comfort, lack of resources, not having enough, not being enough, not feeling valued. Those type of issues, the black moon in Taurus brings to the forefront. And so with her asking us to, a moving finger points to significant passages in a book, information that we receive right now can really help us in that process of perceiving our true value and not being controlled and dominated by subconscious thought programs that try to deceive us into believing that we're not enough or we don't have enough or we're living in lack in some type of way. We don't want to focus on that, and we don't want to create those frequencies, because in this plane of reality, thoughts and feelings are what create the reality around us. And so we really need to focus on feeling our personal worth, our personal value, and our personal ability to be and to have enough within ourselves. And then in turn, that reflects and creates that same energy in our environments, circumstances, situations in the world around us. So that's important today. And any information that we receive while the black moon is at this degree can help us in that process of letting go of fears of not being enough or not having enough, and realizing the truth has always been that we are all that we need, and it's inside of us. And if we can sit with that feeling and become that feeling, then by the laws of this reality, as above, so below, outside, inside, we will create, without even trying, what we need in our lives externally. So I wrote, again, any information that comes up or comes to you today might be significant in regards to healing or bringing to the surface those Taurus-themed shadow side issues for clearing, transcending, and leaving in the past as we cross the bridge into the new reality of our future today. Lastly, for today, I'm going to talk about Mars again. Mars is still in a trine to Jupiter. It's not exact, but they're still only a few degrees off, and it's a beautiful trine. And they're both changing degrees today. And remember, like I said, this has been an underlying vibration of faith and courage. If you've been watching my videos, I've been talking about how we've had this going on for a little while now, because Mars rules courage and Jupiter rules faith. And when they're working together in this beautiful trine of assistance and opening things up and facilitating things, faith and courage is helping us to align with truth and authenticity, and all the gifts and blessings available to us right now by divine right, really. This is also expanded energy, passion, motivation, and willpower. Jupiter expands things, and Mars is energy, passion, motivation, and willpower. So those themes are expansive right now and are an underlying tone for all of the other energetics that we have going on. And both planets are changing degrees today. As I mentioned earlier, Mars is moving to 30 degrees of Gemini today, the last degree of Gemini. So Mars will soon be entering Cancer, and this will be a major energetic shift as well. But today at 30 degrees of Gemini, this degree is a parade of bathing beauties before large beach crowds. Something is on display and we can't take our eyes off of it. It draws a lot of attention. It's like we can't help but watch whatever is on display. At 28 degrees Aquarius, Jupiter is at a tree felled and sawed to ensure a supply of wood for the winter. So Jupiter is telling us to prepare with this, to prepare for the times ahead that may be uncertain. We may be engaged with whatever grand spectacle or presentation is being made, that Mars at the bathing beauties degree, but we shouldn't let it distract us from the work that we are currently doing to prepare our minds, souls, bodies, and overall our lives for what might be more difficult times ahead. And we need to prepare our resources. And that is also indicated through Uranus and Taurus, with Venus conjuncting Uranus tomorrow, and then Mercury, and then the Sun. There's big changes coming around those Taurus themes: resources, comfort, security, value, money. And so Jupiter is asking us right now to kind of prepare ourselves just for what might be uncertain or anything difficult that might be coming. We should be preparing ourselves and working towards that today. Now, I also wrote, we need to be the ant and not the grasshopper with this. That old story. Do not get caught up in distractions or use distractions to avoid dealing with transcending out of the open grave of the past that we are experiencing with Mercury today. So that's another way, that we could look at this. We don't want to use distractions or use big displays today to try to avoid the work. And the work doesn't necessarily mean like creating a stockpile or, going out and chopping wood, although those things might be beneficial. But the work today that Mercury is referring to and that the earth are referring to is really fortifying our mind and accepting the loss and accepting the pain and the grief and the trauma, but then being able to let it go and release and open up to the new possibilities that exist now because we have this void in our lives. So remember, today is about doing the work and releasing, building, transcending, and crossing over and preparing. We can stop to watch the parade for a few minutes or to take a break to enjoy it, of course, but we shouldn't be distracted from our real inner work or whatever we're doing to prepare ourselves or to care for ourselves or to fortify ourselves. This, to me, this degree is more about fortifying ourselves than necessarily, like doing a bunch of prep work. Although, like I said, just considering of the nature of all the energetics right now, I would not recommend against just generally preparing for uncertain circumstances and times right now in terms of resources and stuff like that. So we can take a break to enjoy it, but we just shouldn't be too distracted by the real work and the inner work that we have going on today by flamboyant displays on the surface of things. Lots of distractions possibly trying to pull us, just off of what we should truly be focusing on. Although with the trine between the two of them, it might just work together and not be something that is difficult for us to handle. We might be able to make a good balance between doing what we need to do and also being able to pay attention to this display that's going on the surface of things. like I said, we have, this is a big and active week, and there is a lot happening this week. We cannot get swept away with the surface illusions right now. And that's basically kind of how I see this energetic overall. Like, yes, there is something distracting and something to see going on, but we have a lot of work to do to fortify ourselves, and we just can't get pulled away and distracted by illusions right now. The real magic, the real work is going on under the surface and on the inside, veiled, like our Sabian symbol from the new moon, veiled under the surface, just like the woman carrying the valuable but veiled load, the energetic that we're dealing with this month and this year, and opening and leading forward into our new age and our new paradigm. And like this, like the degree of the sun today, we follow the natural progression of things. This is important. And this leads to fulfillment or the lawn of blooming clover, the degree that the sun moves to later today. Tomorrow night at 9 p.m., we have exactly Venus conjuncting Uranus in Taurus, while the sun the sun conjuncts the Chiron point and Mars moves to Cancer. So tomorrow, right around the same time, we have this big Venus-Uranus conjunction that I've been talking about all week and for a few weeks. We have the sun, who will be in exact conjunction with the Chiron point. And like I said yesterday in my Mercury conjunct the Chiron point video, this is all themes regarding money and health, healing, wounding. So with this today, tomorrow will be a very big and active day, and there will most likely be a lot of information that comes out, or a lot of changes that occur regarding money and health somehow. But and then we have Mars also moving to Cancer tomorrow. So a lot going on tomorrow. Huge energetics incoming. So today we maintain faith that things are moving in the right direction. We're going on the natural progression of things right now. We maintain focus on building and preparing and fortifying ourselves inwardly for whatever comes with the major activations universe has planned for us tomorrow. And this is Uranus. So Uranus is the unpredictable planet. Uranus is shocks, surprises, things happening out of the blue, something that you never would have thought or expected. But Uranus is also the great rectifier, the silver lining planet, the galactic fixer. Everything that Uranus touches becomes righted. Uranus goes into situations and takes things that are not in their highest form, on their highest path, throws them up in the air, makes everyone think they're losing their mind, but then they land in the perfect place for things to proceed forward in a much better, more efficient, and improved way. So tomorrow's going to be a very big day. This is a very big week. And not only that, another thing I want to say, we have all of these planets in square to Saturn right now. There's a big stellium that's happening in Taurus with Uranus. And Uranus and Saturn have been in a sustained square from Aquarius to Taurus. And so if we go back about 3 months, we had the same theme going on, except for all the planets were in Aquarius with Saturn squaring Uranus in Taurus. Now we have all of the planets in Taurus with Uranus squaring Saturn in Aquarius. So we might see some reemergence of themes that were going on back in January, February, come back up now, but from a slightly different angle, and really marked by a lot of quick, rapid changes. So that's what I have to say for my report today, guys. We're kind of sitting in limbo here today between the Mercury Chiron point activation yesterday and all of the Sabians that we had in effect, and all the really big deal Uranus-Venus conjunction, Sun at the Chiron point tomorrow. So we just need to have the faith that we're on the right track, and do not judge the book by the cover. Do not look at the surface of things right now and think that that's the true state of things. We are in a year that is veiled. The truth and the reality and the value of what we actually have is veiled at this point. And we're watching a projection on the screen of reality, but it's going to crack. And things are the light is about to start breaking through. So we hold the faith today, and we know that we're on the right track. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you got something valuable out of my video today, and I will see you back tomorrow for the big day that we have this week, the Venus-Uranus conjunction with the sun at the Chiron point. If you liked my video, please give me a thumbs up. Share it with your friends if you want to. Please subscribe and leave me a comment. I love your comments, and I will see you back here tomorrow. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Bye.